Hey guys, how you doing? jpsarrireviews here, and welcome again to another reaction video. And in today's video, I want to react to the newest releases from Tweeterhead. This company is amazing. They're doing amazing work for sure. There is a Mr. Freeze for the DC bus line, which is really coming along so nicely. We're gonna look at it today. Also, there are variants for the Batman statue that was announced some time ago. I'm looking forward to the blue and gray version. Likely it's gonna be here in the next couple of weeks, perhaps, or perhaps a month or two. Some people are very excited for this new releases, or this new variant. Some people not so much. We're gonna cover all the information that we have so far. And also there's some policy changes that are going to be applied next year at the website for Tweeterhead. We're gonna look at all of it, the good and the bad, the things that I like about this news, the things I don't like, and ultimately, I wanna let you know if I think these are great additions to your collection or not. So in the next couple of minutes, stay tuned. All right, let's start with Mr. Freeze. This bus is only exclusive at the Tweeterhead website, only limited to 200 pieces, $300. This is still in this market for a 1/3 scale piece. Yes, it is a bus, but it has a lot of detail. The scale is good. You can pay in full and you get a $25 discount. You can also choose the flex pay. You have to pay the $50 deposit. The artist involved here, we have Richard Long, the designer. He is also a designer that has worked for several years with Sideshow, so he has, comes with a pedigree. You also have Jesse Sandifer is the sculptor, Skull Silner and Liz Maggie are the painters. This bus looks amazing. They have done a fantastic job in recreating the character. It looks great. It has great detail. It is the perfect representation of Mr. Freeze. Of course, it is a bus. Some people will have preferred to have a full statue. But the great thing about buses is that they're space savers. You can save a lot of space and still come up with a beautiful, beautiful display. I saw the video review from the Batman statue collector. He had a prototype. He mentioned that there's going to be some changes also to the bus, to the base itself. But they pretty much the statue, it's perfect. The dome it's in this case plastic, if I'm not mistaken. It could be glass. I don't know if it's just pure glass or just some sort of plastic there. But they did a fantastic job in recreating Mr. Freeze. It looks amazing. The detail, of course, on this prototype, it looks great. It's on point. It doesn't need anything else. You can probably add light-up features to this, and that will increase the price. But I think the point is to keep the price low for collectors. And to be honest with you, where are you going to find a 1/3 scale statue at this price point? It is just perfect. Not even at this point, at this moment, even 1/10 scale statues are coming out extremely expensive. However, keep in mind that the smaller something is, the more detail you have to add on as well. So yeah, sometimes price is relative, but they are really doing an amazing job in bringing these characters the way they're doing it. It looks great. If this is gonna be the standard moving forward to the stuff they're going to do with this collection, with this line, I think it's going to be an amazing experience. Those who already jump on this Batman looks amazing. I didn't get the opportunity to talk about it. I don't remember talking about it. Maybe I did it in a live video, but that Batman looks amazing. It's a great design to save space, and that Mr. Freeze alongside it looks amazing. You're gonna be able to recreate the Rose Gallery with all these characters easily, and you don't have to break the bank for sure. It is an amazing depiction of the character. All right, now we're looking at Batman, and this Batman Noir edition. This is something that came out of the left field. It was not anticipated. A lot of people were not expecting it. And of course, there's two versions. This is the exclusive version only at the website here at Tweeterhead. The other version, the retro version, is going to be available at Sideshow. We're gonna go there in a moment. But the price is $525, so it's gonna be a bit more expensive than the previous versions. Now, for reference here, the artists involved in the process, we have Guillermo Barbiero, who is a phenomenal sculptor, designer, also a good friend. We have Thiago Senobini, he's designer and sculptor. Both of them work on this project. Richard Long also was involved there. John Rasmussen, Brandon Guerrero, Andrew Huerta. So we have all these people, Riley Brown. These people all chipped in, and they all did a fantastic job with this particular piece. It looks amazing. Also have Martin Verhoeven, designer and sculptor. Scott Silner, Liz Maggie are the painters. Now, for reference, this Batman in general is the same design as we had in the previous two. The only difference here is in the logo, and also the utility belt is different. The other utility belt had pouches and also capsules. This one had the more retro style capsules there, elongated capsules. And of course the paint job is different. This is all black. We have the black and gray version, which looks amazing too, in my opinion. That one is sold out at Sideshow. It's on the wait list. More than likely they will have some extras at some point. That one came out in quarter scale and also 1/6 scale. This one here is only 1/6, and that adds to the collectible value of this piece. At only 100, this perhaps is going to be the most collectible of them all. Technically, it says homage to the 1989 film. The Noir version is all in black. It has the retro symbol, which also was an important moment for comics, because during that era we saw more of that style, even on the colors. A lot of comic books start coming out with the all black Batman version. So yeah, it's a very iconic moment for a lot of people. It does look great. This is a fantastic sculpt, as you can see. This one, now the only thing that I would say versus the first two is that this one only comes with one portrait. It doesn't have switch out portraits, and it does have the elongated ears. I think it looks great with the elongated ears. It doesn't need to have the extra portrait, although it would be nice to have it too. But yeah, it's all the same, and I think the black looks really good, and it's growing on me. This was at first my least favorite, but the more I see it, the more I really can feel what they were trying to do with the colors. And the paint job is excellent. Yeah, just because it's all black, it's not all flat. Definitely you're going to see some shading. I can see some shading even through the pictures, and it looks really fantastic. They did a really nice job. The base looks a bit darker, so it kind of fits with the tone of the whole piece. This is a very nice looking Batman for sure, and they did a really nice job, and that re-sculpting of the utility belt really works great. They all have the same base. Again, the only difference is going to be on the way everything is painted in the base. You're gonna see the differences. But this is great, and definitely really torn about this one because I really like the one I chose, but this one is great, and I still like the black and gray, but this one really looks nice for those who are looking for the ultimate piece or the more obscure, the more limited of them all. Alright, so now I'm here at Sideshow, and here at Sideshow we're gonna see the versions that are offered here. You can see, for example, this is the Batman black and gray edition. This is the quarter scale piece. This girl is holding the 1/6 scale, even though this is, they say it's gonna be quarter. That's a 1/6 scale. That doesn't look like a quarter scale. And we talked about this piece in the past, and I'm telling you, it looks great. And definitely, this one is already on the wait list, on the 1/6. It's open on the quarter scale. I think quarter scale collectors are gonna be happy with that. I seen the Wonder Woman on the quarter scale side, looks amazing. The 1/6 was amazing, but the quarter scale also looks amazing. They're both great. And here you can see this come with the two swap out portraits, something that the black version now, the newest one, the 1989 Noir version, doesn't have it. But the version that I want to mention here is this Batman Retro Edition. There's two different versions, scale versions. You have the 1/6 and you have the quarter scale. The quarter scale is $705. The 1/6 scale, it's $530. Some people would say that the difference is not much, but I think now we know the prices of things. Of course, I think this is where the 1/6 scale is at. This is where we're gonna see stuff from Tweeterhead, which is in many ways is closer to 1/5 rather than 1/6. This is a great piece for sure. The color looks amazing. Of course, it's the same design as before. The difference is in the logo in the chest, which was sculpted, and also the resculpted utility belt. It is the same as the Black Noir version. The difference here would be the color, the paint application is different. And of course, this retro version also offers a quarter scale. I will tell you, this looks amazing. And if you saw my video, the video that I had previously of the previous version, I was really torn about that blue version because I was looking for something more in line with this. You know, because when I'm looking at this, I'm looking at the 1960s, 1970s. I'm thinking of Neil Adams, Dick Giordano. I'm thinking of Jim Aparo. Even I'm thinking of Jose Luis Garcia Lopez, who was, for a lot of times people thinking about his, a lot of people think about his art when they see a lot of the promo art, the stuff that you saw in toys and ads and all things that they were sold and t-shirts. It was him doing the art. And this is what I envision in my head. This is the Batman I grew up with. it looks great in my opinion. The colors look amazing. Again, I saw the video from the Batman statue collector. The prototype that he had look amazing. The detail is amazing. He doesn't have a switch out portrait, which is fine, because if you remember that era, he got the long pointed ears. The more short pointed ears are something that you saw more in modern times. It looks great. They definitely did a fantastic job. Now, of course, a lot of people are unhappy because they're saying that this should have been announced prior, so people would have make it a choice. In some way I was torn, because I was thinking that definitely on that the way Twitter had handled this was not the best way to do it. The communication was not necessarily the best. If we would have known that this were coming, then probably would have chosen this one. A lot of people have waited for this one. At the same time, you know, as a person who has been collecting for many years, I realized that, you know, companies produce variants all the time. You know, I was thinking about it. At first I was, you know, a little angry in some way. I wouldn't say angry, but I was a bit disappointed with that choice, because I felt like I felt robbed. Now I have to kind of buy another one, you know, and I haven't received mine yet. And that's another thing that I was thinking about. But then I saw the video interview with the Batman statue collector. I saw what he was talking about. Chad was really open about a lot of things that they're facing. And you can see right here, I love the shading on that cave. That cave looks amazing. So he was more open, and that really opened my eyes to see a lot of things that the company's dealing with. And that made me think about a lot of things and factors that happen here. More than likely, this is just, of course, me saying, kind of expressing my opinion on the situation. More than likely, this was planned from the get-go. They wanted to do all these variants. However, they did not want to release them all at the same time. And that is because if you put too many options, it's like a buffet. People don't know, they don't know what to pick, and ultimately they pick nothing at all, and the numbers, they're not as great. So you have to really narrow the choice, and they narrow it at first just to having two. And from that point on, they brought this other two. However, as I've seen in the past with other companies, more than likely they were hoping to release the previous two versions, people to be happy with them, excited for them, and all of a sudden bring the, in this case, the newest variants, and then people will decide to go for another one, because that's how they do it. How do I know that? Because that was something that was done a lot of times back in the day with Bowen Designs. Bowen Designs did a lot of variants at the same time, but also did variants where there were multiple pieces that they were released in different times. So people have to choose after something, they were happy with something, something else came along. And Bowen was the king of variants. Most of the time, a lot of the pieces, whether it was a Captain America or an Iron Man, there was a variant at some point where there was a different sculpt, different coloration, different changes. Sideshow has done it several times. Tweeterhead has been known for doing all this variants. So it's not something that we would say that it's something new that we have never seen before. This is, of course, the same model, but this is supposedly the quarter scale. It's going to be as tall as 27 inches tall, which is going to be pretty hefty in size. So if you're a quarter scale, I think this is a fantastic Batman to have in quarter scale. I would say that it was already planned, but they were hoping to release him soon. But because of all these delays that they've been confronting, all the situations that they're pretty much out of their control, and now maybe because of some of those commitments they already have with the factories, with other things that they have to produce, they already have things in production. More than likely they have to release it up for pre-order, so they cannot delay other things and other projects and commitments they already have. And of course, this is a thing that they're doing also with Sideshow. More than likely Sideshow has some say on that too, because they also have their own schedule of things and things that need to be produced. So yeah, ultimately was a poor choice, poor communication, no enough heads up for us as collectors to decide. But ultimately, I'm okay with the variants. I've talked to Chad in the past. We're not friends, but I've talked to him several times. He has been so helpful to me. When I need it, he's been very accommodating. So I think that he's trying. And that's another thing that I noticed. And he was talking in that video interview with the Batman Statue Collector. He was talking about that he's a small company. That's another thing that a lot of people are kind of divided in some way. They brought somebody new that also had experience with Sideshow, working with Sideshow to deal with the customer service as an area. A lot of people have faulted the company, saying that they haven't been as forthcoming. You need to accommodate, you need to be open for communication, let your customers know exactly what's going on. So I think they're tackling those things. But another thing that they decided to do, and I know some people are not happy about, is to stop the refunds that they were doing in the past. Technically, you could simply ask for a refund at any time. Now all sales are final. He was mentioning that. I think, a lot of people don't are not happy with this, but they don't see the full picture. When you have a small company with very small margins, if they're constantly doing refunds, they're losing money, and they need to stop the bleeding. So another thing that happens is that most of the time collectors, they have the tendency to order things and change their mind quickly, and they want for customers to be aware of that and to be committed to what they're buying, you know, and that's important. You know, you have to commit yourself. This company does amazing work. The stuff that I had from them has been amazing. They are not there to cheat you. They're not lying to us. They're doing what they need to do. I'm happy with the stuff that I got from them. But as any other company, they want to be able to produce and continue to produce without losing money, because they have to make money. This costs money. Last year, this year they've made changes. David Igo was working for them full-time, is no longer working full-time, something that he mentioned. He's more like a freelancing work, but he still has a big say in a lot of the projects that they're doing. So, you know, companies, they need to survive. You know, Chad was mentioning that now the production numbers are reduced. They have to be very careful the amount that they order. So there are a lot of things that they are concerning themselves. And, you know, if you want to keep the company afloat, you have to make some hard choices. And I think in the end, as collectors, we need to make the choice of, if we're going to buy something, we're going to commit to something, not just simply order something for FOMO and then forget about it. Because I think that is the biggest problem that sometimes collectors we have. We let FOMO dictate what we do, how we do it, but that's not the way these companies operate. Sideshow is a big company. They may take some of the loss. You know, it doesn't mean that they want it, but they may take some of that. But the smaller companies, they require more effort in order to grow, and they require that investment. So whatever you put in there, if you want to get that quality, keep always this in mind. These are technically made to order pieces, collectible items. These are not toys. Action figures are mass produced. These are collectible items. Yeah, there's a level of mass production on this, but not to the same level as you can see with auto parts or something that is produced in thousands. So, you know, the time where you used to see those 1,000 numbers in big companies, that is long gone. Companies are doing in the hundreds, and that is where they're going to stay for the most part. I think it's going to see the future. And everything that is changing in the world around now, with the tariffs and everything that it seems to come, companies have to tie their belt, and we as collectors have to tie our belts as well. And we have to be smart in the way we choose. I think this is a great piece. I'm disappointed in some way that I did not get the chance to order it first. I want to wait for the hush. Once I get it, if I'm happy with that Batman, then I more than likely gonna come with the retro. I was planning to get the black and gray, but now I'm not sure if I want to get them all. I know some collectors will get them all because they all have something special to give, and I don't know, it just, even the black one, the Noir version, I was not necessarily a fan at first, but the more I see it, the more I like it. And I think this company continues to do amazing work. And yeah, they were talking about that they have a lot of things on the pipeline. A lot of things are coming for next year, and they're gonna blow our minds. Definitely that bus line is looking amazing. The stuff they have for Masters of the Universe, which looks amazing. You know, a lot of amazing stuff. And I don't know, even that Catwoman, there's gonna be another Catwoman that's gonna come that is gonna be the retro style. Definitely looking forward to what the company's doing. But what is your opinion, my friends? What do you think about this? Are you pre-ordering any of this? Do you pre-order the previous one? Are you not happy about the decision to have this variants now, not to announce them before? What do you think about the policy that Tweeterhead is implementing now with the no refunds moving forward? What do you think about what Tweeterhead is doing as a whole with everything and the things that are coming ahead? Let me know in the comments below. So once again, my friends, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, to comment, and to subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification button to remind you of the next video. Follow me on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. And please consider supporting the channel financially through Patreon. My friends, God bless, take care, and I will talk to you again. Bye-bye.